Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today I'm going to continue working on the Ghostbusters Ecto 1 issue 34, stage 127. A little bit more work on the gurney. Go ahead and, well, most of the parts are pretty self-explanatory as we go through. Go ahead and flip over to that page and then I'll get the parts out. And in issue 33, we left off with 3 of the 4 legs on the gurney and 2 of the supports for the proton packs. So let me go ahead and get this open. Being careful not to launch parts all over the house. Okay. So we've got a couple of supports for the proton packs, a ton of screws in this issue. Get the pads out of here. A couple of arms. Many of these are metal. Oil. Get one of these little pans. Find my tweezers. I cleaned up my desk today, so it's kind of hard to find some stuff. This should be almost identical to the other legs that I've done so far. Was there only one wheel on that on one of the legs? Yes, indeed. Okay. Make sure got all the parts out of here. And let's start building. So the first thing we're going to do is take this part here, and it is metal. Actually, before we do that, let's get this multitude of screws put away so that I'm not sitting here looking for them. So we have AM screws. ABM screws, which means there are over 26 types of metal screws in the Ecto 1. Let's see, GP. I set these boxes all out earlier just so that I would have them available to me. GP screws, let's see, these are FM screws. And they are, some of these screws, the screws I've had before are black. I just need to make sure I use the right screw when I'm putting them in. Let's see, AP, EP, so I can put the M screws back over here. EP screws, which I have a ton of them already, but these are silver EPs. I'll have to make sure that I pull one of those out, one of these silver ones when I get to it. EPs or AP screws. Make sure if that is, yeah, that's AP. And a ton of YP screws. Okay, so first thing I need is 2 FM screws. Need the silver ones. Wheel and this part here. So the FM screws are going to go through there, through the leg there, and that's why it's going to be cutting threads there. That's why I need the oil. Let me see, is that looks so close to not being small enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get them both started before I try and put the wheel in there. So now that they're both started, I'll put the wheel in the center here and hopefully be able to hit the hole. No, I think I'm binding up on the, yeah, I'm definitely not hitting the hole. The reason you want to make sure you hit the hole is these wheels should roll. That's coming out. I think, yeah, that's got it on that side. Let me make sure I got it on the other side. Yeah, that's going through there. And so the wheel rolls. You can see wheel rolls very nicely. So the next thing to do is turn this way. Just looking, this one with the split piece here, that split, and this other end, these two are going to go together. The socket end here, that kind of sinks in there, is going to be against this one. Okay, so the socket has to be towards me, and this little cup piece is going to be there like that, and that's going to make it to where the wheels or the leg will collapse correctly. So we got 2 ABM screws today, just need one. It's going to come in from the socket side here. Dip it in the glue, dip it in the oil. Let's see, does it go, slide just through? Yes, it does. That makes it a whole lot easier. So just need to line it up with this one over here. Make sure it goes in there straight. It's a little bit crossed right now. Tighten it down until it is snug. And it needs to be able to move like that, move freely. It is a little bit loose, too far. Needs to be able to move freely so that the leg can easily collapse down. Then we're going to take that. Again, cup end. This cup end is towards me. Cup end at the bottom of the leg is up. And we're going to put an AM screw through that hole there. Again, it's got to be a silver AM. A black screw on the gurney would just look terrible. Dip it in glue, and it's got the screw coming from this side. Just looking to make sure everything is correctly lined up. had it slip out. Okay, do this again very carefully. Don't want to get it far enough to where it's actually going to block this from going in there. And then you can see it's going through there, it's holding. So what's going to happen is it's going to reach the other side and start cutting a thread on that side as well. Once it's down tight, pinch my skin a little bit, make sure it's all the way in. That's snug, but now the leg is free to pivot. So now we take the gurney and it shows all the legs up. So I'll put them up out of the way. You can see exact same thing here. So the first thing to do is take this part here, put it over top that right there. You want to make sure you grab, are these identical? I don't think they are. I'm wrong. They are identical. You want to grab one of these and an FM screw, a silver one. There is a black one in here. A silver FM screw, drop a little oil on it. Line this up. What I'm going to actually do is lay it down. I don't remember. It's been a while since I did it. I remember I had wedged something up underneath there, but I don't remember what it was. And I'm stubborn. I won't go back and watch one of my own videos. Maybe someday. So that's lined up very carefully. Tighten it down once it's on there. Just like that. And that lets this leg go up and down. Do the same thing down here with another FM screw and this other bracket. Guess I should have gotten out 2 of the FM screws instead. Set this on its end while I line up the bracket here. Not really sure if you could call it a bracket, but that's what I'm calling it. The screw through the top. Oops. Knock the screw off of the screwdriver. That's always good. Come on. Screw through there and tighten it down into the other part. And so that leg now locks. We'll go on to the next page. And find that I didn't bring all the parts over. So I will pause for a second because I'm missing. Oh, never mind. I'm not missing it. It's part from issue 126. And instead of trying to figure out where this part was when I got here, I happened to figure this out when I looked down. I had attached it to the gurney already. So let me see if I can get that screw to come out of there. wants to be a pain. And these two screws that came out of here are YP screws. If I can't get this one out here, I'm going to go ahead and press on with pride because I have a stack of YP screws. Okay, so you take this part here, you take the piston, and you put the piston end in here, and you connect it with a AP screw. Again, a silver one. While I'm at it, let me go ahead and get the EP screw out for the other end. And I was incorrect. I grabbed a silver one of the APs. Looking on here, it's got a black one there. Sorry, I'm off camera. But all I was doing was getting a hold of the screw. The screw should be coming in from the inside. Just like that. And again, loose enough to where it will swing. Then we take this part here and attach it with the EP screw. Just let me double check. Yeah, that's a silver screw. So the screws on here that's interesting. Wonder why they did it that way. Because they have the screw in the book, they have that screw, this screw on the outside instead of on the inside like I do. It has them on opposite sides. I will not be putting them on opposite sides because I want the black screws to match what I've already done, which is the black screw is going to be towards the inside. Come on. This is where it gets a little bit tricky because you're trying to hold multiple parts together at the same time while you're trying to screw something in. I'm still very impressed with the detail level of the gurney. That's a little bit too tight. It's got to be able to move. So now, let me see, this should go on here. It's going to clip on the leg here. And then I'm going to put the YP screws back in here. I only had 2 holding it in. I'm going to actually put 4 total in. And I'm an idiot. Not an idiot completely. I did it right. I just put it on backwards. I had the bracket to the outside where it's supposed to be to the inside like this, so that those two match. Come on. Those two will match, which will then, wow, that's loose. Yeah, that one's just as loose, which will then line this up when it's time to put the YP screws in. There's the first one. Come on. Get the second one in there, and then I'll get 2 more of the YP screws and lock all 4 of them down. There's 3. and 4. Tighten number 4 down and just work my way back and tighten the other 3. So now the gurney itself is complete. It will support itself. Next thing to do is get these parts here, get the cushions, and using GP screws, attach these cushions to the arms that'll hold them up. Again, this is going to be for the proton packs. I've played with it a little bit, trying to figure out how to get the proton packs to sit on there right. Once this is done, if there's nothing forthcoming from Fanhome, from the Eagle Moss instruction saying this is how you set them on here so that they stay, I'll sort something out. I might be doing doing something along the lines of double-sided tape to lock them down. Because I would prefer proton packs stay where they're supposed to be. Even though I might have one of them out. Not sure yet. Depends on how I decide to display it. So now, oh, look at that. 3 built the right way, 1 is backwards, because I wasn't paying attention. Let's turn this over. Put it back together the right way. I'm guessing we're going to use 16 YP screws to attach it to the gurney, or attach them to the gurney. Amazon apparently just delivered something. Okay, so yeah, it says 4 YP screws per. So that's going to be 16 total. Let me get out a stack of the YP screws. We'll start there and get more out as needed. So the way you're going to do this is there's a pin here and 4 holes. There are 3 holes on one side, there are 3 holes on this side, 2 holes on the other. So the pin is going to line up right here like that. It's going to position it so that you can put the rest of the screws in. Put these screws in. So let me get this first one down. Got that one started. My container that I put the screws in is magnetic, and so of course I just flipped all my screws over. Not a big deal, they didn't go anywhere. Okay, so there is the first one done. I'm going to pause real quick, take care of the other 3, and then we'll come back for final thoughts on this part of the build. Okay, gurney is done. And I'm very pleased with the amount of details it has. What I actually did was I collapsed it when I put them in. I did notice one thing when I started to put the screws in down here. It will pop these wires out. So what you want to do is you want to pick it up and actually hold the bottom up so that you don't pop the wires out of these little tracks in here. Because they're not super glued or anything like that. But overall, very pleased with it. Lots of detail. I mean, very impressed with the amount of detail that is in the gurney. Love the fact that the gurney actually works the way it would in real life. It would hit the bumper like that. Actually, no, it goes the other way. It would come up this way, come up that way, and go into the ambulance. Very impressed with the gurney. A lot of detail in there. I mean, awesome amount of detail, probably more detail than it needed. And talking with some of the folks that I know that are building the Ghostbuster car, they could have put more detail on the interior than just the gurney that's going to be inside there. Although the gurney is a part that can come out of the car, so that probably is part of the reason they put so much detail in it. So that's all there is for this stage of the build, stage 127. Hope you're enjoying the build. I'm having a blast with it. I'm very happy that I'm able to finish it since after Eagle Moss went under. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified of any time I post a new video. Come on over to Hobby Time Modelers on Facebook, YouTube, and Discord. See what we're doing. We do a live stream Friday evenings and another one on Saturday or Sunday afternoons. Group live stream, multiple guys building. You are able to join if you have access to our Discord. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you on the next video.